Do 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 do. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies. And there's a turkey in the oven. I'm actually celebrating Thanksgiving today with my extended family. And Tank Baby is waiting for a chance to escape from the crib to wake up. So I'll go ahead and try and make this quick. I thought I had a little bit of time to talk about Italian vehicles that are coming to the game, and yes, that's Italian ground forces. It's convenient timing because generally Gaijin adds a new tech tree at the end of the year, but even more importantly, I just started going through my Italian Air Forces tree again, so this is perfect. Let's take a look at a vehicle that we all knew was going to come to the game, and it looks like it'll be coming as a premium. At least there will be a premium variant. Hopefully there will also be a regular tech tree variant. We'll have to see. Let's go ahead and click on that. The Semovente 105/25 M43 low profile, high power. So it looks like a Stug with a 105. Let's see if that's how it performs. And boy, judging from the power of this shaky cam, apparently it also has a little bit of speed behind it. So the Semovente is one of the more advanced tank destroyers built by Italy in the later stages of the war. But again, one of the things that you notice about Italian tanks in general in the World War II era is that they didn't really excel to the level of advancement and refinement that American, German, and to its own way, Soviet tank design did. As I climb up the ranks. Okay, it says it'll be available to command the Semovente as they climb up the ranks of the Italian ground forces tree. So this apparently is a regular tech tree variant. I know there's a premium one coming as well, because there's a pack for that, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And here it is. Pre-order the Semovente 105/25. So why do they say it will be available as they climb the ranks? Does that mean... I see. This is the Leoncello. So the Leoncello will be a premium variant in the regular, or in the premium tree as a bundle pack, coming with the Dachshund decal if you want to put a weenie on your tank, and the pre-order bonus Triarius, which is Italian for "you've wasted your money." Just kidding, because I actually love premium variants of regular tech tree vehicles. I think that's a great way to do things, to give one to the free-to-players and an additional one available for cash monies, so you can have two of them, especially if it's a good vehicle, and this does appear like it's going to be a good one. I think there's plenty of things that can balance this to where it can sit at a comfortable battle rating and engage in some of the most fun battles in the game. What do you think? 4.0? We'll see. Italian tech tree coming in 1.85. They say reminiscent of the Sturmhaubitze, which is a 105 howitzer, hence the term Haubitze. I wonder if this is going to be as useless as the Sturmhaubitze, because the Stug is pretty garbo compared with its high velocity 75mm anti-tank variant or cousin, the Sturmgeschütz. So, armed with large caliber 105, serious threat, third rank, yeah, that's all reasonable. However, as any low velocity cannon, it's going to use garbage, high explosive, and heat ammunition and not do anything. There you go. So get hyped. It's, well, you know, it could be a chance for Gaijin to take another look at how heat and high explosive work, but I suspect that high explosive will continue to underperform. Realistically, high explosive shells would cause a serious amount of spalling, almost like a Hesh shell does in the game, especially on World War II era vehicles that didn't have things like all kinds of spall liners. You see a lot of bare steel on the inside of all the Forces tanks, at least the ones that I see in museums today. Maybe it's because the asbestos liners wore out. I don't know. But this tank realistically would have done serious damage to anything that hit with that 105. Even using something like high explosive, because again, you're causing a massive pressure wave inside of an enclosed space, which can just do horrible things to a crew. The spalling, even on a hit that doesn't perforate the armor, would still cause vicious shards of metal to fly into the faces, bodies, and groins of all the crew members of the tank, slicing off fingers, doing horrible things, definitely causing panic, carnage, and chaos inside of anything that it hit. But in the game of War Thunder, that's not going to be the case. Honestly, this thing looks kind of interesting. This flat, riveted on armor is sort of a hint that this is not the war-winning Wunderwaffen that Italian fans are hoping it will be. Honestly, I could see this sitting at a 4.0 or lower battle rating, especially since they say that this is a low velocity gun. That makes all the difference in the world. So, although the ammo choices might be something to be desired in terms of penetrating power, they will make things kaboom. It also has a heat round. So, yeah, it looks like they talk about explosive fillers, so it is going to have APHE. However, at whatever battle rating this sits, it's going to face a lot of Shermans. This might end up being the kind of vehicle that's very deadly against, let's call it medium to light armored foes. But even at the 3 to 4.5 battle ratings, you can see some vehicles that have add-on armor. Those add-on tracks can really make things difficult. Mostly you see that when you're facing the later model Panzer IVs around, 4.0, 4.3 battle rating. And as an Italian tank, this should be fighting alongside them. But you constantly see reasonably reliable armor from the front in the form of the Sherman tanks, the entire Sherman series. And using heat against a Sherman is also rather challenging, as they have a lot of angles in their armor, and heat is pretty garbo against angled armor, and they also have a good number of crew to soak up things, and the post-pen damage on heat rounds is unreliable at best. So, this could be an interesting vehicle, but I definitely see some weaknesses in this one. I wouldn't get too excited about this, but at the same time, it is something weird and wonderful, and that's something I can appreciate. Could it be a Sturmhaubitze with a decent APHE round? We'll have to see. But my money is on too long of a reload, too poor of post-pen damage on its heat round, and too poor of penetration on its APHE. But we'll just have to see. Fun fact, due to the vehicle's low silhouette and stretched look, the Italian nicknamed the Semavente Bassotto, meaning dachshund. Or maybe because all it could do is nip the heels of its enemies. We'll have to see. Clever positioning will be of utmost importance. That's like saying this tank is garbage. This tank is trash against anything it would face head on. So find a good spot and wait until somebody drives past you and then try attacking them. 130 horsepower engine only allows a top speed of 38 kph. So it doesn't have the best top speed. Isn't that sort of an odd? It looks like it's leaning back. You see that? It appears, maybe that's just an optical illusion, but it appears that the front end is slightly more elevated than the back end. Who's to say? Okay, so they're again, Gaijin gives like the weirdest tactical advice. They're like, hey, yeah, you might want to just camp somewhere because your horsepower is not real good at this battle rating. T-34s are going to eat this thing up. That's another thing that's going to be difficult to face, although the crew is a lot more tightly packed in a T-34, so things like heat rounds should work a little bit better. But T-34s do have some pretty derpy armor as well. Make use of the armor. It's a casemate. Most of it's in the front. 75 millimeters of frontal armor. That's not terrible if this is at a lower battle rating, and I really feel like it could be. But if this is in like a 4.3 battle rating, that could make things really difficult, because then you'll face 5.0s, 5.3s fairly frequently. This facing a 5.0, I don't see it ending well. And especially the, what is it, T25 American Premium 5.0, fantastic vehicle. The better KVs, the KV1B756R that the Germans have, comparing that with this makes you kind of laugh. So hopefully this will be a 3.7. I could see this sitting there. That would be a very comfortable battle rating for this. I think it would have a good amount of power at that BR. And as a casemate tank destroyer, I'm totally fine with facing off against 75 millimeters of armor in a 3.7 match. In a down tier, this thing could be a beast, but we've already seen that with other vehicles, and I think that's okay. Hopefully 3.7. I think it has a chance of being a 4.0. If it's a 4.3, I think it's kind of screwed. So that's my opinion on this one. Highly recommended you give it a try. Yeah, you have the derp power. We'll have to see. If this has a long reload, even in the area of about 12 seconds, things could be very difficult for it, especially considering, again, what it faces. And 75 millimeters of armor is not going to be enough against, say, a Sherman's solid shot. And that would provide something of protection against a lot of APHE at, again, around the 3.7 battle rating, but we'll have to see. Okay, and then real quick, I'll cover the announcement of ground vehicles coming in 1.85 at the end of the year. Major announcement, as you know, Italian ground forces are coming. There's a bunch of weird, archaic garbage that the Italians built during World War II, and then after that, let's see, higher ranks include armor cars with recoilless guns. That should be cool. Extremely powerful SPAA. Well, everybody gets an extremely powerful SPAA. That's nothing new. And tanks, which are not inferior in their combat effectiveness to the tanks of other nations in-game, unlike their World War II variants. Let's face the facts. Italy had crap tanks for World War II. That's just the way it was. In fact, most nations had crap tanks for World War II, just because of the fact that the heavily industrialized nations were able to progress technology much faster and much more wide scale than the less industrialized nations, and Italy was definitely a less industrialized nation. They picked their battles, so to speak, and they were not able to keep up with the heavy hitters of World War II. So it's okay if that's reflected in the game. That's why we have battle ratings. That's why this guy here, the best heavy tank that the Italians had in World War II, is a medium tank in the game, akin to early T-34 models, because really, that's the best it could do, and it actually fits into the game because of that. And by virtue of the same reasoning, I could see this guy at rank 3, battle rating 3.7. That's my dream rank for this thing. Hopefully not a 4.0 or 4.3. I think it would suffer there, but we'll have to see. because there is a premium variant, I think that this is going to have a decent balancing. And the reason I talk more about the 105 is because the Ariete is a standard what is it, 26? Yeah, not, yes, Pershing. It's a Pershing. And the Leoncello is very akin, as mentioned, to the T-34, to the point that these two have both been covered already by other people. So, what can you get? You can buy your way in to the closed beta with these packs, and then I'm sure that open beta will be starting soon, just like with the other trees. It says, become the owner of a pre-order pack right now, or wait for the tasks to join the tester team. So this is just like all the other trees that they've launched. And you can pick up the Pershing kit. Yep, it's a standard M26 with Italian markings for $35. It gives you 7 days of premium and 1,000 golden eagles. The Leoncello has gone on sale a few times, but right now it's going for $20 with the aforementioned vehicle, 7 days of premium and 1,000 golden eagles, and a title, You've Spent Too Much Money on War Thunder. The Semavente 105, again, this is going to be a rank 3 premium with, I believe, a standard tech tree variant, if I'm not mistaken. 1,000 golden eagles, 7 days of premium. The pre-order unique Dachshund decal, so that's kind of cool that they throw in a decal there. And the again, the Triarius title, which is a thing. And to wrap it all up, PS4 players will be able to purchase the Semavente after the update's released, and Xbone players will be able to purchase the above packs after 1.85 is released. So, something to eagerly look forward to is having some token ground vehicles so you can fly out your exceptional Italian ground strike aircraft in the upcoming 1.85 update. I think it's going to be a good update. I'm looking forward to the other random things that they throw in. And as some other people have mentioned, I'd just like to throw this in real quick at the end, as I hear Tank Baby alerting me that bedtime is definitely over. ... Come get me. What I really want to see in War Thunder is new game modes. So they worked on World War mode, but I think that was honestly a bit too ambitious. I'd just like to see something a little bit different than go to point, hold territory, kill tank. People have talked about a defender/attacker mode where one side is defending, and let's say they need to defend certain objectives, even like an armored train. How cool would that be? Or even like factories. You could have a factory and you could drive your tank in and start blowing up equipment. How cool would that be? And then the other side is attacking. So I'd love to see that, because there's tons of vehicles in the game that are built for static defensive positioning, and that's not really something you can take advantage of with the pacing of battles in War Thunder right now. So that's what I'd like to see, and I'm a patient man. I'm willing to wait to see those things develop, and I continue to enjoy the game anyway. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this quick talk on the Italian ground forces that are coming to the game. I didn't just read off all of the stats and the propaganda the Gaijin launches with each one of these tanks, and I tried to give a little bit of an idea about how the 105 low velocity cannon will work on this new vehicle that's coming that we didn't hear about before, but everybody knew the Semavente 105 was going to come to the game, because that's one of those tanks that everybody talks about when they're mentioning the Italian ground forces. Have a good one, guys, and enjoy your family time, if that's something you have available to you now. And if not, boy, look forward to it There's nothing better. Unless your family is trash. I mean, that does happen. Then my apologies. Catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.